meeting suggestions. There are two. The first, call out the name of person you are referring to before start speaking or talking. Next, switching view between your gallery and speakers is on the top right corner of your screen. So now, I would like to call the president of Magical Bali Toastmasters Club. Please welcome Batoro Ajin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Magical Bali Toastmasters. Well, I see that everybody is a Toastmaster, and many of our members come. So that's good. All right. So seeing this, I don't need to explain what Toastmaster is because you guys already know what Toastmaster is, right? It's a place for us together, right? Okay. So let's just continue to the meeting. Let's just go straight to the meeting. And for that, we have a unique theme, and that is comic book. And the word of the day is per usual. And our Toastmasters of the day, someone who is going to lead this meeting, is going to explain why we take that theme for tonight's meeting, and also explain a little bit about this meeting. So without any further ado, let's just call the Toastmasters of the meeting tonight, Amelia Dewi.
Thank you so much, our President Batoro Aji. Good evening, everyone. I think everyone here is Toastmaster. My name is Amelia, and I will be your Toastmaster of today. You know, in this pandemic, I have much free time. And by spending the free time, sometimes I feel bored and depressed if I see too much social media. So after that, I'm trying to make something that makes me happy. And I try to traveling back to my past. You know what happened? So I'm buying this. Ta-da! I'm buying this all comics books in online shop and reread all of them. Binge rich the comic books. So when I was a child, I really love reading comic books, especially manga, Japanese comic book, because I can relate it to the story. Yeah, usually the main character of manga is someone that couldn't do anything, but as times goes, they try and they become better. And hopefully that will happen also in our experience in Magical Bali Toastmaster. So we could be better in public speaking and also leadership. So for this meeting today, we will have 3 sessions. The first is prepare speech. The second will be the table topic. And the last is the evaluator. And in this meeting, I also will be helped by someone's very special and her team. She is the general evaluator. First, I would like to ask the general evaluator to explain about her role. Please welcome, Mira.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Amelia. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and we have guests, and also guests if we have. Okay, so as we know that evaluation is a valuable tracer for all of us, because from evaluation, we all can grow and becoming a better speaker, in this case, in Toastmasters Club. So tonight, I feel privileged to get a chance to be the general evaluator, and I'm not going to be alone here. I have my team who's going to share their evaluation at the end of the session. Okay, let me introduce all of the team members. First one is table topic evaluator. She is Toastmaster Ayu Anantia. Please introduce yourself, Ayu. Is Toastmaster Ayu Anantia with us? Okay.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Today I will be your table topic evaluator. And I will carefully listen everybody in as the topic speakers, take notes of what is good and what can they do better on their impromptu speaking exercise? That will be my duty today, and will report when Ayuwira, as our general evaluator, call upon me at the third session, the evaluation session. Good luck, topic speakers. Back to you, Ayuwira.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ayu and Antia. We have the same Ayu in the beginning. Okay, so I would like to invite the second team, our grammarian. She is Toastmaster Amy Ermia. Please tell us your role, Toastmaster Amy.
Good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmaster and friends. Nice to be back and nice to see you all. So tonight I will be your grammarian. My main role is responsibility to pay close attention to all speaker and role takers, listening carefully to the languages usage, and I'll take note of any improper language as well, and any outstanding word, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day tonight. So the word of the day tonight is perusal. With perusal, is that right? What I'm saying, which means the action of reading something, especially in careful way. You can see at my back, okay? And an example of using the word, I can choose one. I signed my wedding agreement after careful perusal. So this is the action of reading something, especially in very careful way. So each role taker is encouraged to use the word of the day as much as you can. And I'll be back to report everything about the grammarian after the meeting. Back to you, Wira. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amy. The next one is the counter. Toastmaster Yuliani, please explain your role as the counter.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and friends. Nice to be here tonight. I would like to explain my role tonight. I will be the counter. The duty is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will listen for filler sound, including I also note when speaker repeats for a word or phrase, such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times of each speaker use these expressions. Thank you. Back to you, Ji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yuliani. And then the next role is our timer. Our timer is Toastmaster Andita Triwahyuni. Please explain your role.
Okay, thank you, Ayu. Thank you, Wira. Okay, as a timer today, today I will be your timer. I will time, As a timer, I will time the prepared speech, table topic, and evaluation. I will also alert each of speaker about the time they have left. For prepared speech speaker, you will have 5 to 7 minutes to deliver your speech, table topic 1 to 2 minutes, and evaluation 2 to 3 minutes. Now we'll alert you using green background, yellow background, and red background. When I show you the green background, it means that for the prepared speech speaker, you already talked for 5 minutes, table topic speaker 1 minute, and evaluator 2 minutes. And when I show you the yellow background, prepared speech speaker already talked for 6 minutes, table topic 1 minute and 30 seconds, and evaluator 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And when I show you the red background, it means that the prepared speech speaker already talked for 7 minutes, table topic 2 minutes, and evaluator 3 minutes. And each of speaker will have 30 seconds left to wrap up your speech to be eligible to be voted. So don't forget to pin my screen to know your time. Okay, back to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dita. And then our last role is the ballot counter. It will be helped by Toastmaster Melita Oktanawati. Melita, can you explain your role?
All right, so I'm gonna cast a ballot after the evaluation session, so you can choose your favorite speakers. And one more thing that's really important to all speakers, please mind your timer so you can eligible to be voted as best speakers, best prepared speakers, best table topic speakers, and best evaluation speakers. Back to you, Vira.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Melita. Well, that's all, the team, and I will give it back to Toastmaster Amelia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Wira. Now we will move to the first session. The first session is the prepared speech. We will have 3 speakers, and they already prepare all of their speech. The first speaker is Ping Hendra. Ping Hendra will be evaluated by Robin. Hello, Robin. Okay. Okay, and I would like to give Robin Chan to explain about Toastmaster Ping Hendra project.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening. Hi everyone, my name is Robin, and today I'll be the evaluator for Toastmaster Ping Hendra. And today he will be delivering a speech from the pathway of persuasive influence, and his speech title is Remove That Label. So what is the purpose of this speech? So the purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. So let's welcome Toastmaster Ping Hendra, the title of Remove That Label, Ping Hendra. Over to you.
Okay, how many of you here have heard of the personality test MBTI, Myers-Briggs personality test? Wow, not many of you have heard it. That's awesome. This will be a very good information for your perusal, and you will definitely learn something from it. Awesome. How many of you here consider yourself an introvert? Raise your hands. Oh, those are my fellow introverts. How many of you here consider yourself an extrovert? Raise your hands. For those of you that are in the middle, raise both hands. Awesome. I want to share with you about the MBTI. What is MBTI? So MBTI, it's Myers-Briggs type indicator. It is considered one of the most popular personality tests in the world. Up to 85% of companies, Fortune 500 companies, use it, according to USA Today. Even I use it 3 times when I was in Shanghai. For 3 different companies, I have to take the MBTI test every single time. And after 6 months, they will ask us to take again just to kind of see whether our personality changes or not, things like that. And I'm not sure if this is an accurate description of you, whether being an introvert means you are this, being an extrovert means you are that. Because in my opinion, we are all fluid. All human beings, we are fluid like water. Did you know that 70% of our body contains water? And according to the US Health Foundation, I think 83% of our brain is water or liquid. 83%. What does that mean? It means we as a human being, we are fluid. we change according to our environment. Imagine this. Imagine you are water and I put you in a box. You become a box. If I put you in a glass, you becomes the glass. If I put you in a very, very tiny container, you take that form and that shape. So your environment determines who you are. What has MBTI got to do with you though? I still remember when I first get my job, it was for a cold calling. I have to cold call industry experts, people who they were all thought leaders, they were all C-level executives, they were all the who's who in the industry. And I have to call them every single day in the morning, in the afternoon, and disturb their busy schedule and say, hey, I have this project and you are suitable for it. You wanna join? Most often than not, they will say what? Sorry, not interested, click. It's the same. Just like when someone calls you from the bank, hi, I'm calling from this bank. You'll be like, okay, sorry, not interested, click. And that has a toll on me. When I did my first test, my HR told me, hey, you are an introvert. I was taken aback. Really? I'm an introvert. And then they gave me a sheet of paper and said, these are all the personality of introverts. These are all the strengths of an introvert. So I read it and, makes sense. This is really, that symbolizes me. For those of you that are curious about MBTI, you can Google it, MBTI, on Google, and the very first thing you will see is called 16 personalities test. Take it and you will see what's going on, okay? And do it after, not right now, okay? And not during the meeting, do it later. So when I realized that I was an introvert and it says all the strengths, and I look at it, I was like, wow, I want to know more. The more I read it, the more I become it. The more I read and notice that, oh, wow, this is the traits of an introvert. This is what introverts do. These are what are the strengths of an introvert. I become it. And that becomes my label until to the point where when things don't go well in the company, my supervisor asked me and said, hey, Ping, things are not doing well. It's been 2 months and your result is big fat 0. And I said, yeah, this job is not suitable for me because I'm an introvert. And my boss said, have you ever looked at the other spectrum? Look at this. These are the extroverts side. What can you do from this to become this? I'm not trying to say that to flip it to become an extrovert. No, but to become less introverted. In his word, so that you suck less. And the moment I look at this, I said, okay, maybe I need to do something about this. And so I started looking at all the strengths of an extrovert. What is the personality of extroverts? I look at it and I study it and I become it. And 6 months later, when I take the test again, I'm an extrovert, believe it or not. So what I'm trying to tell you is all this MBTI personality test, introverted, extroverted, that is all just a label that you put yourself in. Don't believe that label. Sure, you can be shy. Sure, you can be socially awkward or scared of speaking to strangers or scared of public speaking even, or when you are delivering a speech right now, you feel scared or a little bit anxious. That doesn't determine you are introverted or extroverted. Remember that. That is a label that you put yourself in. I want to give you a quote that Bruce Lee said, very famously said. This is what he said. You must be shapeless, formless, like water. When you pour water in a cup, it becomes the cup. When you pour water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. When you pour water in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Water can drip and it can crash. Become like water, my friend. So I want to invite all of you here. Okay, please embrace your uniqueness. And remember that your uniqueness doesn't determine you. It only empowers you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much. Round of applause for Pink Hendra. Remember, guys, be a water. Because we are all are fluid. Now we move to our second speaker. Our second speaker is Andre Maure, and Andre will be evaluated by Batoro Aji. I would like to welcome Batoro Aji to explain Andre role and project.
Okay, thank you, Toastmasters of the meeting today. So our next speaker is Andre Maure. Well, a little bit about Andre. Andre is an online educator and an inspiring leader who's very passionate about education and digital technologies, as well as informal learning. So tonight he'll be doing a project level 3, project 1, in his path leadership development, and the project is planning and planning and implementing. So the purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing a plan and bringing that plan to fruition, and also for the member to share some aspect of the planning and implementing his small scale project. The title of his speech tonight is "Where There's a Will, There's a Way." Andre Maure, where there's a will, there's a way.
Where is home for you, Andre? That's the question that a British girl asked me when I was attending a gathering at Bristol International Student Center. With a friendly smile on my face, I said to her, "I'm from Indonesia." She then asked me, "Malaysia?" Maybe she didn't really hear me clearly because there were lots of people, lots of students at the time. So I said to her, "No, not Malaysia, Indonesia. I'm from Indonesia." And then she asked me again, "Where's Indonesia?" Well, it's near Malaysia and Singapore, and actually not very far from Australia. Oh, I've heard about Malaysia, Singapore, and Australia, but don't know much about Indonesia. I asked her, "Do you know Bali?" "Oh yeah, I've always wanted to go to Bali." Yeah, Bali is part of Indonesia. "Ah, I didn't know that," said these British girls curiously. Yeah, Bali is in Indonesia, and I lived and worked there before I came here to study. "Oh, that's cool," she said. "I heard it's very beautiful and lots of tourists go there." You got it. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, yeah, that's what I normally experience overseas when I talk to someone who's never visited Indonesia before or have no idea about Indonesia. And learning from my experience of having a small talk with that British girl actually could make you learn something. And I can give you a very good piece of advice, especially if you're Balinese or if you live in Bali now. And my advice is, when you travel abroad and someone asks you where you're from, you'd better say, "I'm from Bali, not from Indonesia." I guess you know the reason why. Do you know why you should say that? Yeah. Well, I've got 3 reasons for this. The first one, because Bali is more famous, even more famous than Indonesia as a country. And this reminds me of my experience as an Indonesian language assistant visiting a primary school in Australia. After I introduced myself to the class, I asked the students, "Have you ever been to Indonesia?" No one raised their hands, and it seemed like no one ever visited Indonesia. But when I asked them, "Have you ever been to Bali?" Hands up if you guys have been to Bali. Yeah, then I noticed some of them raise their hands like you guys do. So I said to them, if you've been to Bali, then you've been to Indonesia because Bali is in Indonesia. Reason number two, why you'd better say you're from Bali rather than I'm from Indonesia, because many tourists or people from around the world would always love to visit Bali. They're actually more interested in visiting this beautiful, wonderful and magical island. And reason number three, why when you say you're from Bali, chances are people will be more interested to chat with you, and it's a lot easier for you to make friends with them. So remember, when you're going abroad someday, please say, I'm from Bali. And I'm not asking you to deny your citizenship, but there are some benefits of doing that. Trust me, it really works. I've experienced it, I've made new friends, and you can do it too. Having that experience made me realize that many people, especially in the UK, Europe, don't know much about Indonesia. And as I was serving as the president of the Indonesian Students Association, I brought this issue in our regular meetings with my fellow Indonesian friends. And I challenged my fellow Indonesian students to organize an art and cultural event called Indonesian Night in Bristol. The idea is to hold a big event involving lots of international students from around the world. I knew some of my friends were pessimistic, and the treasurer in our organization said we needed some funding to do the event, and our organizations had no budget for that. Others say that they're doubtful of being able to do it, but I told them we could do it. Where there's a will, there's a way. When we formed a committee and started making plans and set schedules and milestones for the event, we realized, lots of things that we need to prepare. And members of each department had to be solid as that. You guys have to work hand in hand with other departments. And the art and culture department was in charge of the programs. Like they have to prepare the dancing, music, and also singing performance. And the entrepreneurship department had to work hard for the fundraising, and the PR or public relation was responsible for the marketing and publication. Other departments had to back up whichever department needed help and support. So in less than 2 months prior to the event, we found out that we couldn't get the venue at the student union, and it's a big problem. That means that we had to rent a space for the event, and it would take extra costs from our budget. And in our next committee meeting, I asked my friend Ola, who usually come up with brilliant ideas, Ola, what should we do? And Ola said, Andre, I really didn't know what to do. And I have no idea about the venue because I'm busy preparing for the programs, the performance and everything. I asked other departments, they say they're busy with other stuff as well. So it seems like we got stuck. So the only way to do this was to find partners. Yeah, so at the end, we approached BISC, and we finally be able to do the collaboration with BISC. We got the space at BISC, and we do the event at BISC. So where there's a will, there's a way. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Yay! Congratulations, Andre, for your speech. Yeah, and next time, surely I will tell everyone that I am from Bali, not from Indonesia. Okay, now we have our last speaker for the prepared speech session, which is Mr. Benjamin Whittaker, and he will be evaluated by the lady with the new hair, Natalie Cahyadi. Natalie, please explain about Ben's project and title.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the meeting, Toastmaster Amelia. It's my pleasure to introduce my fellow friend and also mentee, Toastmaster Benjamin or Ben. Today, Ben is going to be doing his Pathways program mentoring path. And this project is mentoring. The purpose of this project is for him to apply his mentoring skill to a short-term mentoring assignment. The purpose of this speech is also for Ben to share some aspects of his first experience as Toastmaster mentor. Now, when I asked him how to introduce himself, he said, well, let's do it a little bit differently. So I'm just going to introduce him like what he wants. Why is Toastmaster Benjamin here? Who the heck knows? Let's hope to God that this speech might give us some answers to this question. 5 to 7 minute speech title, Find Your Shine. Toastmaster Benjamin Whitaker. Toastmaster Benjamin Whitaker, Find Your Shine.
What are we here for? Does anybody have a clue? I'm 34 years old and I have no effing idea why I'm here. So let's go back in time a bit, but not too far back. Let's take a random date like September 1st, 2018. Yeah, now it's probably not so random. But that is the day that I signed the dotted line and sacrificed my soul for the United States Army. Wait, nope. I already escaped that. That's definitely not it. This was a world of Toastmasters. A strange place where people get in front of other people and give positive, life-changing speeches. You all know what I mean. But I asked myself, why am I here? Learn to speak better. Help myself. You know, all the selfish reasons. Mainly to help me, myself, and I. But then while I was there, a vibrant lady with a big smile came up to me. And I kind of felt that she ran the place a bit. And of course, most of you know her. She kind of does. And she talked about a mentor. One for me. Why do I need one? But more importantly, for the purpose of this speech, that I should be one too. It's like you're a native speaker. You would be a big help in our club. Okay? Got it. So let's skip ahead for the sake of time, because I'm still here. I already gave you the date, September 1st, 2018. A little bit over 2.5 years ago is where it all started. And my first mentee, our club president, Aji. Our second mentee, my second mentee, Melita. And of course, my third mentee, Toastmaster Juliana. Now, we all met at different times, but the same place. The Alleyway Cafe here in Bali. It's a great mix of Western food at a fantastic price. Love that place. And that is where we met and we discussed how to put our speech projects together. Now, of course, each of them have different personalities. Each of them are going through different times in their life. And me, someone from a completely different country, different culture, and for two of them, different gender. So I asked myself, how am I going to help these people? I know, maybe I'll just listen. And listen I did. And they gave me their inputs, and in turn, asked for mine. Now, the great thing about embracing someone who is different is that their ideas are mostly not going to be anything like yours. Interesting. At times, possibly a little scary. Now, again, for the sake of time, let's talk specifically. Sorry, Aji, Melita, we're talking about Toastmaster Juliana, a working woman, a wife, a mom. Let's just say she's quite the busy bee. But we did find some extra time on Monday evenings, and we decided to talk about her research speech. Now, she didn't know what she wanted to talk about, and of course, we all have these moments. They're called writer's block. I almost forgot. So we started talking about random things about our life. Now, this is a little brainstorming trick. where we talk about something other than writing, which typically takes their mind off of writing, relaxes them, and then it also helps me create a little sparkle of inspiration so I can possibly help them come up with a speech idea. We started talking about her family, specifically her beautiful daughter and her sister-in-law. And of course, this pandemic and how shitty it's been. Just for all of us. You know, quite all the good stuff. Family, pandemic. Fantastic conversation. Now, Yuliani brought up a conversation and a topic about a ficus. Okay, and I joked with her. I'm like, in America, we give ficuses to people for housewarming presents. And then Yuliani mentioned that her sister-in-law gave one to her daughter and gave it to her as a way to kind of take care of something that's alive and, of course, appreciate nature. All right, ficus. Boom, it hit me like a rock in the face. For this random conversation, I thought about mixing research speech about a ficus, how it relates to her family, the appreciation of nature, and how they make useful gifts. What a great concept, I thought. Also, gotta create a speech about a ficus that doesn't put everyone to sleep. Research speeches a lot of times are not really the most fun, but we can make it work. But again, it was up to Toastmaster Yuliani. Her speech, her idea. And luckily for me and her, she went with that idea. She wrote a rough draft. She came up with well-researched slides and an interesting connection with her family. She went with the speech, she presented it, and boom! Level 1 was done. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the question is, what are we here for? I have a new answer. Not about me, but my answer is to serve. To serve others and allow them to shine. Now, of course, we can have all the glory in the world, but that moment where you get to see someone else shine, and you know that you had a little bit of part of it, that's a great feeling. So, from Toastmaster Aji, Melita, Yuliani, and now Toastmaster Narendra, Toastmaster Fifi, and Suri. For them, the sun is going to shine for many more days to come. And I just hope that I get to be a little part of it. Tom, back to you.
Thank you so much, Ben, for the inspirational speech about mentor. Now we all already wrap up the first session. I would like to ask the timer. How about the time for all the speaker?
So all the speakers are eligible to be voted.
Okay, thank you, Dita. You can see the time on the chat box. And now I will continue to the second session. The second session will be led by our table topic master, and our table topic master today is Danny in this session. Actually, the guest could speak, and we will have impromptu speech for 1 until 2 minutes but I think we only have one guest. So Danny, you could, and everyone as a member, you could join also because we have only one guest. Okay. Okay. Now, please welcome Danny Surya.
You're still muted.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Amelia. Okay, so first off, we know that our theme of today is comic books, and do you know what is the first comic book in America? It is called, like in my background, you can see. It's called Famous Sneeze. This being created in July 1934. So this one, the first. And then if you for this session, you need to speak for 1 until 2 minutes. So in 1 minute, the timer will be shown green, and 1.5 will be shown yellow, and 2 minutes will be shown red. And you need to conclude your speech in 30 seconds. So don't forget also to use word of the day, which is perusal. And now I will choose my first speaker. So Wenning, do you want to speak?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. So Ben, you want to speak?
Yeah, try to find someone else that wants to do it first, though, because I'll keep talking. But you give
No,
someone
it's
else.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to go? Because I'll go again.
Maybe I volunteer Gede Udik Apriyadi, please.
Okay, Gede Udik, do you want to speak? It's just about comics, so it's easier, so you can know about what is comic around the world. You still mute, Gede Udik.
Thank you, Danny, for the offer. If I may ask, I would like to be a second speaker of the table topic.
Okay, everyone want to be the second speaker.
Denny, I want to volunteer Melita.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was about to tell that I'm gonna volunteer myself, all right?
Okay, Melita is was
Hold on, I'm gonna spotlight myself.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Oh,
Yep.
number from 1 until 6.
Number 3, please.
Number 3. Okay. I will change my background. So for the number 3, it's got from comic Wonder Girl on Kitang Young Justice in graduation 2, like in my background. So the quote is, I have no idea where I'm going to be tomorrow, but I accept the fact that tomorrow will come, and I'm going to rise to meet it. So what do you think about this quote? So 1 and 2 minute time you. Are you ready, Melita?
Yes, before I speak, I'm gonna remove your spotlight. Thank you, Dan. Sorry, Dan.
Okay.
Two days ago, I met Ahmed. If you know Ahmed, like he is a member of UCTC, Ubud Canggu Toastmasters Club. After the meeting, we did a little bit chit-chat, and then suddenly he asked me, Salita, imagine you have everything in this world. You don't have to go to work, you have a lot of money in your bank, and then you have a lot of things that you need. And then you woke up one day. What would you do? It's a very simple question, yet I was, okay, I did not know the answer. Then I told to Ahmed, that was a hard question. Maybe I'll build a business. And he said, no, it's not about business, it's about you. Okay, so Ahmed is definitely his question is definitely, I know, it's disturbing me until this day, until now. And then you, Danny, you give me a quote or a sentence that I have no idea where I'm going to be tomorrow. Yes, literally, I have no idea where I'm going to be tomorrow. But life must go on. Then I review these past days and also past years. I can beat my problem. Now I'm in the terms of self-healing and self-love. So that's I'm going to continuing my life by self-love and self-healing. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you have something in your mind, something disturbing you, just say it. Find a friend, or that you probably want to go to the professional or something like that. But please share it. Just say it. Just share it. No need an answer to do that. And that way you can continue your life. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Back to you, Danny.
Okay, thank you, Lita. Wow, it's so good you say about the story. So now we choose Gede Udik because you want number 2, right? So I will choose you.
All right, Danny.
Okay, so
Thank you.
do you want to choose number from 1 until 6? Number 3 is already being chosen.
I always want to be number 1. That's why I would like to choose number 1.
Number 1, okay. Wait. Number 1 is very famous. Probably you know, but this one is Aquaman in the old one. Okay, so this said by Aquaman on Aquaman Special. True happiness is found along a middle road. There lies balance and harmony with reason and emotion, not a war, but hand in hand. True happiness is found along a middle road. There's lies a balance and the harmony with reason and emotion, not a war, but hand in hand. So, I will give time for you. Don't forget to use for word of the day perusal if you have chance to use it. Okay, back to the is yours.
There is nice. Sorry, Danny, is there a possibility to change the quote?
You want to change the quote?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. I choose the easy one.
Yep.
This one is from Black Panther. It's very famous also. So better die as man than to live as slave. Better die as man than to live as a slave. Time is yours.
Yeah. Thank you, Danny. Better to die as a man than to live as a slave. Okay. So, yeah, when we do our daily life and we work, we will find any challenge, difficulties, problems, and also environment that sometimes make us feel insecure, and also yeah, we not look like who are ourselves. And whenever wherever we are, and whenever we have to to show who we are, we don't need to follow our environment if the environment will bring us being a negative. We have to to be honest with ourselves. We have to show our unique, our strength, whatever is the environment that make us being negative, we have to control ourselves and to be honest. And with that, with the personality that we have, people will come to us, and we don't need to be like other people. Thank you, Danny. I think that's it.
Thank you, Gede for your speech. So I think now, Wening, do you want to speak?
Yes, go winning.
Wening? Or okay.
Hi, Wenning, try.
Let's try. So number from 1 to 6. So number, yeah, Wening.
4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4. It's, I will can find the wrong. Number 4 is like this. So the quote is, life don't give us purpose, we gave the life purpose. We gave life purpose. The flash on the blackened night, number 6. So life doesn't give us purpose. Okay. Do you? Okay, it's your.
Okay, I try. For love doesn't give us purpose, we give life purpose. I mean, it's like something. You need to do some ways to make that purpose happen. And life can do. Life can wait. Life can do without any action from us to like the purpose. So we should choose and to by ourselves to make life give it a purpose. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Henning, for trying.
Thank you.
Okay. Think now, Arini, do you ready?
Me. Always ready.
So we have number 2 and number 5.
I
You
choose
want
2.
to try number 1 if you because still 2?
2, yes.
Okay, number 2 is it is from Mrs. Marvel. So this one, being the best you can be, that's doable. That's possible for anybody if they put their mind into it. Being the best you can be, that's doable. It's possible for anybody if they put their mind into it.
Okay. Give me
It is yours.
Okay. What is that? Hang on. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes.
Like to be the best, like this girl. Sorry, this girl. Maybe you can see the prettiest girl. I think for youth, they know all about this true beauty, and I'm the one to. When my ex leave me, I try to find what I like to do, and this true beauty. I read a lot, and I'm really interested. The girls like she tried her best to be the best, to be pretty. So that's why when I read this, I like, oh my goodness, I think why I'm so stressed. I can do my best to just like to make my ex maybe just like she will be disappointed to leave me or something else. So that's why I try my best. I read, not only read to spend my time, but I read and then learn many things. If we can do anything that we can't with many efforts, even though sometimes we get the problem the best with good way, not bad. So that's why to do all do that I can do. I try to do my best, even though I'm the one of feminine students. Just like in class, I just try to sit down and then calm down without do anything. But in my heart, I always try to show to my parents, to my lecturer, my best. Back to you.
Thank you, Rini. So I think breakup is motivate people to be better. It's same like me. When I break up, I feel like to be better. So Amelia, do we still have time for one or
one more.
One more? Okay, so I think we give the opportunity to Anda for the new member to speak.
Okay, I try.
Oh, we just have number 5. So you cannot choose, or do you want to choose number 1? We just have number 5. Very famous also, number 5. Is from Martian Manhunter, if you have heard it. So, the future is worth it. All the pain, all the tears. The future worth the fight. The future is worth it. All the pain, all the tears. The future is worth the fight. Times is yours, Anda.
Okay.
The background.
The future is worth if we try to fight for our future. Sometimes we got a lot of painful, and we have to do some sacrifice to get our future. We cannot get the best future when we lazy and do nothing. I saw many people who success in the future. They usually do and learn from many people who have do before, yeah. And no one can success if they don't fight for the future. I think the best future is deserved for anyone who want to fight, and success will always have the pain, but futures will always bright. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Anda, for saying about the future. So I think that's conclude all the table topic session. So I control back to Amelia, our Toastmaster of the meeting today.
Okay, first I would like to ask Dita, how about the time?
Almost all the table topic speaker are eligible, only winning not eligible to be voted.
Okay, so you can vote for Lita, Gede Udik, And who's the fourth speaker? Oh, Arini and also Anda Wijaya at the end of the meeting. Okay. Now we will have a photo session first. Everyone get ready for your post and your virtual background. If you want to change it first. And I would like to ask Denny to helping to take the picture.
Because today's topic is comic, so the first pose is like usual, the normal pose. The second pose is the comic pose. Okay, so for the first pose, Ben or Wenning, do you want to open your camera? I will give 5, 4, 3, 2 to open your camera. Okay, so I will take it now. So everyone, the normal pose. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Now for the second pose, the comic pose. Please prepare for your comic pose for today meeting. So I will take picture. So are you ready for the comic pose? Okay, I will count it 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Back to you. Table topic of
Okay, we
meeting.
will have 5-minute break, so we will going back again at 8:13. If you want to go to the restroom,